Hello and welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Reacts. Today we're checking out Everything Wrong With Invincible, Here Goes Nothing. That's Season 1, Episode 2, and of course, spoilers. Let's hop on in and see Everything Wrong With Invincible, Season 1, Episode 2. Let's fly down.
Show contains a very important warning for anyone with photosensitivity, but forgets to include an additional warning about eating food while watching the show, and I'm still bitter about my baked potato turning sour in my mouth during the final minutes of episode 1.
Yeah,
The show informs us that the queen is not in residence, but never explores this further. What a tease.
It's not about rooms. It's about power. That building has one purpose.
Yeah,
to
I
say,
did watch
"I'm the
every
queen,
episode of
and
Season
you are
1,
my
so I know what's
subjects."
going on.
But it also says, I'm the queen and need my staff available, so I'm going to make sure everyone's close and doesn't need to drive to work. But that doesn't sound quite as dramatic. Oh no, is that blood?
I don't think of that.
Show just wants to trick us into thinking that this is a continuation of the bloodbath we saw in the last episode. But instead, it's just
not.
trash
It's
from the
just
Burger
ketchup.
Mart. And we all know that fast food garbage is comprised of 25% meat, 25% food containers, and 50% ketchup. Tampering with evidence.
Clear.
No, you're solid now. You were clear a second ago, silly.
No, Cleo
The
is an
animators
alias,
decided that if
Cleo.
they were going to go through with all the trouble to draw a dismembered body, that it needed to be shown at least 64 times. We get it. They died horrifically.
Oh,
sure,
yeah, I
Spray
mean,
acquires his corpse
very
down with lube and attached
yeah.
the doodad to make us think Immortal might survive. Toy with my emotions and momentarily trick me into thinking the Guardians could be saved. I could handle it.
I mean, Immortal is
Don't
literally
bump
immortal.
her. She is dead, sir. Her head has been relocated on its axis. Bump her all you want. She doesn't give a f about bumps. Leaving a book on a stovetop. This coffee maker is running way too hot for a traditional drip machine.
Yeah,
Either
look at
there's a
that.
wiring problem or Omni-Man is being a dick to Debbie's tongue. 50% of the shower is useless space.
As the Global Defense Agency, we have access to medical technology far beyond any normal hospital.
Exposition!
Just like what
That's
my
one of our
dad
threat
thinks.
response teams.
More exposition.
We're not in the mood for the tour, Donald.
Oh, thank you, Debbie.
Oh,
This big-ass
look at
screen
that.
is needed to monitor blood
Spot
pressure
out
and
X,
temperature. With just a little
spot
bit of
out
attention to
X,
design economy, they could eliminate most of these other screens. That would probably cut the power usage of this room in half.
We're a little understaffed in the hero department.
Category
I
is
just gotta
things
say
that
real
should have been
quick
said
is-
quietly but needed
yeah,
to be spoken
Immortal
loud enough
is
for someone else to
immortal.
hear and move the story
If you
along.
watch the show, you know that.
Get away from those
Invincible brings these half-ass verbal commands to a firefight that is already in progress.
Oh, shit. Oh my god.
Once you suffer a
Ooh,
dislocated
yeah,
fracture,
nope.
you never get used to seeing that And since I'm in the driver's seat, I'm sitting that
I don't know who you are, but it's time to go.
Well, now that a superhero said a one-liner of
nice.
sorts, the winning can start.
We gave people time to escape. That's what matters.
You also redirected
you know,
weapons fire from
remember
the civilians on the street to the ones in the building. So really, it's all about perspective.
Hey.
None of these people are paying attention to where they are walking, but these guys
Seriously.
act like Mark is the ass for not yielding to them. These guys.
Like, come
You
on.
and Debbie
it's
need a
not these two-way
lasagna?
lane.
I make a good one.
Calling your friend's mom by her first name rather than Mrs. Grayson. Also, everyone thinks that their lasagna
Don't
is
know
the
why.
best, but everyone is always wrong about their lasagna. True lasagna has no ricotta cheese.
What's ricotta cheese?
Invincible. God, that sounds dumb when I say it like
You know what?
that.
Maybe that's
Sounds
why
a
they should
little
have put the whole
optimistic,
roll credits.
maybe.
Mark would be excellent at TV sins, but Eve knocked that one out of the park.
I'm Adam Eve.
You don't
Okay, I thought
say.
so.
You
Adam,
are the superhero
not
that looks
Adam.
exactly like a girl named Eve with hair and eyes the exact same? You don't say.
You're the
Oh,
reason
hell,
Todd
don't
hit
you
him
think
up
she could
again.
just
Oh,
go
yes.
zoom and
Blame her for
boom on all
existing.
hell
I
and
never
eyes
recognized
just
you
change
before.
the color?
No one does. It's a psychology thing.
I mean, there's
If
even
you don't
shows in the show
expect to
that
see a
you can manipulate
superhero in your
metal on a
school, you
molecular
don't see
level.
a superhero in your school.
I agree with this. Every time I think I see a celebrity on the street, I do a double take, stare for a minute, realize I've been staring too long, and have to pretend like I'm looking at birds or some And even after that, I'm
classic.
unsure if I just saw a celebrity or not. However, I don't think this applies to
Classic
superpowered
mistake.
individuals who use their abilities as indiscreetly as Adam Eve and Invincible do. Whether or not I expect to see a person fly away, I will definitely notice that when it happens.
We got an ad going
That's
on, and we're back.
us, everyone's fourth favorite superhero team.
Wait, what?
List
The
like
number of
the top
superheroes
10.
on this show seems to be increasing exponentially. If there are that many superhero teams, I would start thinking it's very likely to see a superhero at your school. Now I have to retcon these sins. That's
Oh,
much
come
better.
on.
You'll get used to it.
There we
The
go.
fights, not the barfing.
So, to be clear,
Excuse
barfing
me.
is a thing that people will never get used to, whereas the fighting, dismemberment, murder, chaos, and death of innocents and baddies alike will seem very normal. She's evil.
Yeah,
I'm
I
calling
mean,
it.
you
Despite
don't
all the
see
details that
people
went into the
puking
articles themselves,
constantly.
the names of these publications
see
are phoned
people-
in, and online news is the worst. Also, not one of
You
these
see
sources
people
asked for permission to
more
collect
than all
cookies.
that, and that's
They ran
all.
off
Because they were dying of old age.
Well, I will have to say I saw this romance coming from a mile away.
From one giant show to another.
Moko Maid's Twitch motto somehow makes its way into this episode.
Damien
Who's that?
Darkblood, demon detective.
Show thinks I used up all my good
nice.
Darkwing Duck material on the first episode, but Plan A has and always will be this song. 3, 2, 1. Damien Darkblood. When there's trouble, you call the double D. Damien Darkblood. Let's get dangerous.
Try to keep up.
The most frustrating part of this
that.
training montage is that it completely
Probably
avoids
let's
explaining
get
how
the
anyone's
dude.
hair
He
stays
is a
tangle-free
detective.
despite whipping in the wind without being tied back. I once took a Jeep ride with the soft top down. It took me 3 hours to comb out the tangles. And I have a buzz
that can
cut.
suck.
Breakfast until 10:43 a.m. Why not 10:45? Why not
is it
10:30? I
43?
guess it doesn't matter because no matter when the cutoff starts, someone will pull up to the window 10 seconds too late and demand to have breakfast like an asshole.
Follow me.
Asking someone to do what they were already doing.
The Flaxons come from a dimension with a faster temporal rate. As a result, the tachyons
Time
they
moves
emit
faster
spin
than
more
that,
rapidly
but
than
then,
our
yeah.
own.
Show expects me not to conflate spinning tachyons with the spinning DNA on this monitor, and I simply cannot allow that.
Are you okay?
Why did
Donald
they
said you
use
saved
the
a lot of
DNA
lives.
as the
Yeah,
example
it was just,
of tachyons?
Harder than I thought.
I'm glad Mrs. Grayson is
probably
checking
just
in
use
with her
like a
son, but
spinning
wouldn't this have been a
wheel.
conversation she would have had
That would've been the
earlier while
same.
comforting him in the midst of his blood-covered trauma? I'm not going to send Rex somehow being annoying during what I assume is his post-coital celebratory milk drinking, but I am going to send Rex for being one of those people that drink straight from the container.
Yeah, that is the asshole
You can
move.
be
Not
more
him
awesome than him and take
doing
his
whatever
place.
the hell. And
That's how dating
after
works.
that,
It is
you
not.
know.
Over excessive pen clicking.
Why aren't they getting
Why
old?
was that?
In the previous fight, it took the aliens several minutes before showing signs of aging. And the teen team has shown up at the very beginning of their newest invasion. Be patient, kids. Sheesh. Teen Team
Nah, it's
starts
just
the battle with
Rex.
the
He's
same
an
unsuccessful
ass.
tactics as they did in the last one. Dupli Flip jumps about letting her copies get massacred. Sex Load throws his balls at people. Zachary
that
Quinjet
was
does
a
his
nice
best
one.
Iron Man impersonation. And Pinky and the Lame makes use of her Swiss Army Bubble Yum. The only significant
Bubble Yum.
difference is that
Okay.
Intolerable discovers the power of boners. So they target the wristband expertly, but what stopped them from being so precise with their previous attacks? Could she not pink spike through their brains?
I mean,
Invincible is a dick
I
to
just don't need
healthcare
to-
workers and the poor bleeding soul that needed this gauze.
Hey, I need my costume back. I don't care how torn up it is. It's classified, and I want it back. Go get it.
Classified by the
Now.
hospital,
These intermittent
not
bouts
you.
of unwarranted hostility raise questions, like maybe Nolan has a thyroid problem. Also, Viltra might privilege.
And sister, you're right. You probably could have just played it off. Of just being like, hey,
Breathless
did I get my
Human has
suit
time
back?
for this.
Wow.
I get it. Taking the view while you can. But does
Beautiful.
Mark not need to breathe anymore? Is that part of being invincible? Even on
Well,
their
he's just
third
got a
attempt,
greater
these
lung
aliens are
capacity,
still opening
that's
their
all.
portals across from each other, thereby funneling all their troops into one easily surrounded location. I'm no military scholar, but we all know it's not fun to keep using the same predictable positions.
Yep.
Also, the teen team never once attempts to exploit this. Teens. Rex
just
leaps
set
from the
up a wall
vehicle
on
here,
the dome
and
and
can
that's
he
it.
fly? I don't think he can fly. Rex is dead, and I demand to see the animation to confirm this.
I'm sure he's explaining nicely why
Nah,
they
he
should
probably
leave
just
us
threw
alone.
some rocks
Show makes me
and, some
cautiously
explosive
rethink some of the
sounds
things
that
my
kind of,
mama said to me over the
boosted
years that I may have
myself up to
previously
land on his
misinterpreted
feet.
to mean my father was not systematically destroying a civilization. The juxtaposition of
Yeah,
this
that
scene
is.
against the one where Invincible fights Alan clearly establishes the differences between the two characters,
Like,
not
look at
only in
this.
regard to physical ability, but also in the way of desire and motivation. It's a brilliant bit of
Nolan just
storytelling done
wants
through
to
action sequences
destroy.
and without exposition, but also
Meanwhile, Maul just
genocide.
wants to
I'm at a loss
protect.
for how to report this, but the Guardians of the Globe are dead.
For f***'s sake, did we need this
Why?
eyebrow? We already know he killed them.
Why?
The show just spent 2 minutes showing us his ruthlessness. Just enjoy hugging your family, Nolan.
I don't even understand the whole thing of why his eyebrows would have been like that. Whoa, that's a lot of sense.
Same thing we do every
Yeah,
night,
predictable
Pinky.
pattern.
Try
A
to
nice
take
sense.
over the world.
Janet's made a lot.
Well, I guess that's it. And that's the it for today's episode. So, I hope you all enjoyed it. Link to the original video will be in the description below. Remember to check out Cinema Sins and all they've done. And I'll see all of you folks in the next video. Peace out.